I'm Ann Turcos, the University Archivist here at the University of Maryland. Now, if they just call the university's main number and ask for the archives, they'll get to us.
Okay, great.
Yeah. We're here in the archives today in Hornbeck Library for a very special event. We're happy to welcome back some of our former Terrapin football players.
Go Terps. Go Terps. All right, great.
To see some of the wonderful treasures we have relating to University of Maryland football in the archives and to talk to them about our film preservation project. That's from the 1948 Gator Bowl. That's our first game ball from a bowl game.
God, who's that? No, I know who this is. And actually, when I look in my husband's eyes, he still is 25 years old to me. Just I want you to know that.
Well, that's a ledger book. It's a record of all of their athletic contests, whether it was football or track or what have you.
And look what the cost was. The cost for the bus for the team was $30. This was in 1934.
Debbie Yow would like that.
Yeah, Debbie Yow would like that, wouldn't she?
We have a lot of film in the archives, about 400 reels of game film that goes back to 1946. Comes up through time to 1989. A lot of the film that we had here at the university came out of Cole Fieldhouse. Even Jason and I were over there last fall, and we got another 350 reels of film out behind one of the scoreboards. Of those 400 reels of game film, approximately 68% of that film is in an advanced state of chemical deterioration. So it had been in there, in 80-something degrees and 90% humidity. Film, 16mm black and white film like this is very stable if it's stored properly. But if it's stored in adverse conditions like it was for many years, then bad things happen. What I have in my hand is the very first film that we were able to preserve through a grant from the National Film Preservation Foundation. One of the oldest pieces of film that we have. This is from the 1947 Maryland versus South Carolina game. When you open up this canister, you can really smell how serious the problem is.
Hugh. It smells like vinegar.
That means the acetic acid is breaking down the film, and it's really a big shock when you open up this can. So we're really here in an effort to try and raise some funds to help the archives preserve these precious treasures. Can you smell that?
Oh yeah.
Folks to share.
Films, yeah.
We've also been working with former players to bring back additional film that they may have in their possession. And we're starting to hear some of the players have some.
All 1966 home games, all 1967's away games.
Do you? I'd love to have it, Chuck. I really would.
I've got probably maybe 4 or 5 of the games or something.
Wow. Yeah, we have nothing from the '53 season.
Right.
Not one piece of film.
That was a good year, too.
You better believe that was a good year. That might have been one of the best all time. Yeah. What I hope today for the players is they really get excited about what we have here in the archives.
This is one of my favorite photographs. It really is. I mean, there's so many great players.
Joe Horning, a halfback. Chet Hanulak, a halfback.
Jonathan, I'm Chuck Tynes.
Hi, Jonathan. I'm so glad you're here. Also to spread the word to their former teammates, to other fans that they know who might be interested in helping the archives.
I'm going to try and get that little blurb read
Great.
on the radio.
Super.
At the University of Maryland, the Archives Department, and Ann Turcos, the archivist, is trying to get together all of the old films so they can preserve them. We need to raise $200,000 to complete this project, but we're going to get all the films preserved and on digital and available to everybody. So it's a great project.
Well, first off, I'm interested as a historian. I was a history major in college. I've always been fascinated with history, so anything that sort of records and preserves our history I'm very fascinated with. And the fact that it's the University of Maryland's football team, obviously I have an interest in that, having played here, now doing the announcing. So I think it's a great thing to try and preserve this, and not only preserve it for everybody, but make it accessible and available to everybody in the future. Because if we get it digitalized, then it's available to everybody very easily, and at some point in time, my guess is you'll be able to just log on to this library's website and watch any game film from history that you want. So that's why I think it's a great project.
We've put together a flip book listing of all the game film that we have so that former players can contact us and we can shoot out a season-by-season list of all the film that we have. So we have that here today, and some of the players are looking through to see what films we have from their season.
Just telling you, I'm setting the stage. It's tough. We give a lot to Maryland now, but I told my wife, I said, this is important to me. I said, I want, this is important. My last year was the year it transitioned to video.
Right.
In 1980, right?
Right.
So I said, this is really important to me. So she's like, all right. So she got up early so I could come today. So that's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
That's the first step, right?
Yeah, that's the first step. Good. Good. It's very important to save the football films because this is a major part of our athletic heritage here at the university.
Preservation of something that
I can probably let my sons and see, and maybe even their grandchildren come in at some point in time and see the fact that I was actually here.
And I think that would be a real nice way to keep the legacy of each of us going to our families.
If we don't save these materials, they're absolutely unique. If we don't save what we have here, it'll be totally lost to the mist of time.